All right, so as we keep things going in this playoffs here in the second round, we have a Western Conference matchup between the Vancouver Canucks and the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll be taking a look at this series, head-to-head matchups, and of course my predictions at the end of the video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to help us get to 500 subscribers, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. And let's take a look at this matchup between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks. Oh, so we are in for a heck of a series, a Pacific Division matchup. The first time we've seen both these teams match up in the playoffs ever. This is going to be an interesting matchup between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks. The Vegas Golden Knights have a little bit of experience under their belt over the past couple of seasons. Went to the Stanley Cup Finals back in 2018. The Vancouver Canucks have not been this far since 2011 when they went to the Stanley Cup Final and inevitably lost to the Boston Bruins. We try not to remember that too much, but besides that, this has been a Vancouver Canucks team that's been rebuilding and has continued. It's paying off now. They've got some really solid young players. We're in for a heck of a series here between these two Pacific Division, starting to become rivals at this point. You've got the Vegas Golden Knights in between the pipes. It's going to probably be Robin Lehner. Could be Marc-Andre Fleury. We saw them flipping as the series went along, but I would think Robin Lehner will get the start for the Vegas Golden Knights. Meanwhile, for the Vancouver Canucks, you have got Jacob Markstrom. He will be the guy for the Vancouver Canucks. Two very solid goaltenders. It's going to be interesting to see how these two goalies match up in this series. Who is able to prevail? That will be a huge difference maker in this series. Up front for the Vegas Golden Knights, you've got some really good talent. Guys like William Karlsson and Jonathan Marchessault, Mark Stone. I think that's going to be huge against the Vancouver Canucks, who have some very high, potent offensive players. Guys like Brock Besser, Bo Horvat, Elias Pettersson, JT Miller. They have a lot of talent there in Vancouver. They've really started to accumulate that over the last couple of years. The Vancouver Canucks defense, I'm going to give them the edge in this series. You've got guys like Christopher Tannen, Alex Edler still, Quinn Hughes. I really like what they've done. Even we've seen Ole Ulevy down there in Vancouver over the past couple of games. So this is exciting here for the Vancouver Canucks. I really like their defense. The Vegas Golden Knights didn't, their defense was an issue at the end of their series against the Chicago Blackhawks. The Blackhawks just didn't have enough firepower up front, which I think was the big issue. You're not going to have that in this series against the Canucks. They are loaded up front. And that could be an issue here for the Vegas Golden Knights as this series moves along in terms of matchups and stuff like that. Looking at both teams, looking at what just happened, the Vegas Golden Knights did a nice job. They put away the Chicago Blackhawks in 5 games. They did well in the round robin. And then you've got the Vancouver Canucks who they've had to work their way here. They just came off beating the defending Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues in 6 games. They did a nice job. They started off that series well, up 2-0. The St. Louis Blues reeled back, and the resiliency of the Vancouver Canucks was too much. They were able to win that series in 6 games, despite the St. Louis Blues tying it up after 4 games. The Vancouver Canucks were able to find a way to get things done, and some of that leadership they've started to build up with guys like Edler, Miller. That really seems to be making a difference here for the Canucks, and it's going to be exciting to see how they do in this matchup. Like I said, the defense for the Vegas Golden Knights, if they're going to lose this series, it's going to be because of that blue line, and I think that could be an issue. If the Vancouver Canucks get power plays, if the Vancouver Canucks score goals early in games, they're going to be difficult for the Vegas Golden Knights to play against. And it goes for the same way for the Vegas Golden Knights. I think the Vegas Golden Knights aren't going to be able to play that shutdown game. I think they're going to have to try and just, really pour it on the Vancouver Canucks and get to the young guys and kind of just, they're going to have to be gritty in this series. Try and get under the skin of guys like Petey and Besser. And they're really going to have to get under their skin and kind of take this series away from them, because of their lack of experience. Especially now we're down to the final 8 teams here in the Stanley Cup Playoffs, all the way from 32 or 31 at the start of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. My predictions for this series, you're going to call me crazy, but I have the Vancouver Canucks winning this series in 6 games. I like what the Vancouver Canucks have. I think as long as Jacob Markstrom can play really well in between the pipes, if he could be just as good as Robin Lehner, I think it will be enough here for the Vancouver Canucks. The defense for the Vegas Golden Knights, like I've been saying in this video, does concern me just a little bit. It does concern me, and I think that could be an issue. The Vancouver Canucks offense is not something that the Vegas Golden Knights have seen yet in these playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I like the Vancouver Canucks in this series. I think for the first time in a long time, the Vancouver Canucks will move on to the Western Conference Finals. So let me know in the comment section down below, who do you have winning this series? How bad are my predictions? How right am I on my predictions? Let me know down below. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal 9 Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, want to help us get to 500 subscribers, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.